Hello, this is Kate from dailytarotgirl.com and welcome to your weekly oracle card reading. So for this week's reading, I'm going to be using the Oracle of the Essences. So if you enjoy this video, think about subscribing to my channel. I post these videos every week. And if you're interested in learning about tarot and oracle cards, you can check out my website, dailytarotgirl.com. I've got tons of fun oracle and tarot card spreads for you to do, and exercises, deck reviews, all kinds of fun stuff. All right, so let's get started. So the first card is going to represent Monday and Tuesday of the upcoming week. And the card that we have here is Ylang Ylang. I think I'm saying that right. So what I love about the Oracle of the Essences is each card is an herb or a flower or some kind of essence. So Ylang Ylang represents sensuality and intimacy. And I notice that whenever you look at the ingredients of, if you have like bath salts or massage oil that's some kind of like love or romance scent, they always seem to add ylang ylang or vanilla or patchouli or something like that. But anyways, so this card represents sensuality and intimacy. So at the very beginning of the week, you want to focus on the sensual side of life. And what this means is this is about getting into your senses. That's what sensuality is. So really feeling your environment through all of your senses. And this is really about being in your body. So you kind of need to be grounded in order to do this. And it's about being fully present, being really conscious and aware and present in the now. And the sensuality card is really encouraging you to slow down and get into your body and really engage with your environment. You know, you really want to kind of make love to your environment in a way that, you know, where you're really appreciating the sights, the sounds, the smells, which sometimes is hard to do if you're somewhere where the sights, sounds, and smells aren't pleasant. So this is also about cultivating a beautiful space for yourself, if that's at home or wherever you are, you know, doing things to focusing on beautifying your environment at the beginning of the week. So one thing I just did is I cut a bunch of fresh roses that were just coming out on my rose bush, and I put them in a bowl of water, and I put that bowl next to my bed last night, and it smelled so beautiful. And just, you know, little things like that. So you don't have to completely do a huge overhaul of your living space, but just ask yourself, you know, how can I beautify this space and really enjoy my space on a smell level, on a sight level, you know, things that feel good to my touch, etc., etc. All right, so let's move on to the middle of the week. The middle of the week is for Wednesday and Thursday. And here we have Cypress. Actually, I really like this. This is like kind of like the Tower almost in the tarot deck. So Cypress represents adaptability and impeccability. And that's kind of what the Tower in a way is about. It's about being able to adapt to quickly changing circumstances and being able to rebuild. So what's interesting here is at the top there's this tower, this sort of stone tower, but the rest is a tree. And so the tower is not flexible, but the tree is. The tree can bend and sway. And it makes me think of how important the roots of the tree are. So the more grounded you are, the more connected you are to the earth, the more stable you are. So the more you can bend and flex without breaking or toppling over. There's also the river in this card, running right through it, which symbolizes flow and movement and the ever-changing nature of water and being able to go with the flow. And so there's kind of a funny little, it's almost like I'm contradicting myself here, saying be grounded, yet go with the flow. So you kind of have to strike a balance between being rooted and stable and grounded, but also being able to pick yourself up and go with the flow and change and adapt as circumstances change. So what does this card really mean for you this week? The middle of the week, there may be things that come up that are really asking you to be flexible and to make changes and to adapt to the changing circumstances. And I think that the beginning of the week, the whole focus on sensuality and getting into your body is actually a really pleasurable way of staying grounded, connecting to your body, but also staying present in the present moment. Because often, you hear people say, talk about being present and being being in the now, and all that. And I don't know, for me, that was always difficult. But when you add this element of sensuality to it, that actually being present, being fully present and being in the now is a very sensual experience. And when you look at it that way, it's just more enjoyable. I have an easier time being fully present. Like, for example, with eating, I've set this goal for myself that every time I sit down to eat, I'm going to be fully present. So I'm not going to eat and read the paper or eat and, be surfing online or like watching TV. I'm just going to be eating and I'm going to be fully tasting the food that I eat. And I'm going to do it slowly and I'm going to like really feel into it with all my senses. And it's a very sensual experience. But if someone were to tell me, oh, you just need to eat slower and more mindfully, that seems less pleasurable to me. That seems annoying, and that's not something I'd want to do. But if you add the element of sensuality to it, it becomes more pleasurable. Okay, so I'm going on and on. So I think that there's going to be situations this week that's going to really stretch us a bit, and we're going to be required to adapt. And I think that the more you can stay present, the more grounded you are, the better able you're going to be able to adapt and go with the flow. The end of the week, we've got, oh no, I don't know how to say this. Helichrysum. I don't even know what that is. But this is about reassurance and subtle energies. Okay. So I'm just going to look at this card. I love how she's in the forest. I just think that's so beautiful. She's in the forest. There's stars. There's an owl. There's a deer with antlers in the background. Reassurance and subtle energies. I like the word reassurance, and there's something about the forest and the stars that make me feel this sense of connectedness. And I don't know if you ever get that when you look up at a night sky and you feel reassured by all the stars out there. There's something, I don't know what it is. I get the same feeling with like certain smells when you're out in nature. Or like the feel of like grass under your feet, things like that. It's that same feeling of kind of like reassurance that everything has an order to it and everything's going to be okay. What does it mean for us? What messages does this card have for us? The message I'm getting from this card is about connecting to something deeper than yourself, and something deeper than your day-to-day life and the values of materialism and things like that we encounter on a day-to-day basis. It's about establishing a deeper connection with the underlying current of life, with that deep, eternal source, whatever that looks like for you. So I find I mean, meditation is kind of an obvious way to do this. I find meditating is a way I can connect with this source, but going out in nature is another way, looking up at the night sky, and just doing something with the intention to connect with that deeper wisdom, that deeper energy. Because I think that is going to help you weather any storms this week or even any minor challenges. I think that the more, we started by saying the more connected you are to your body and to the present moment, the better able you're going to be at being flexible in times where you need to change and bend and adapt. But at the same time, you also need to connect with that deeper sense of things, that deeper mystery of life as well. And that's going to help you. All right. So I've been rambling on for a while here. And for some reason, I feel the need to apologize for the birds. I don't know why. Because the birds, I've just been hearing them. They're so loud. I don't know if my microphone's picking them up, but they've just been going crazy in the tree right by my house. So yeah, it looks like an exciting week with some changes. We're going to need to adapt a little bit this week. But at the same time, there's so many beautiful opportunities, not just for growth, but for connection with yourself, connection with that deeper mystery that is behind everything. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this. Please feel free to add your own 2 cents to this reading and your own interpretation. Just let me know in the comments below, and have a beautiful week.